Hello everyone, my name is Patty Shayneri and I am going to be giving my P4 speech for English 1113 today. So, political polarization. This is a term that we've all come to know over these past 4 years with a strongly divided nation of Republicans and Democrats over President Trump's 4 years in office. So, according to the Pew Research Center, 77% of Republicans believe that President Trump made progress towards solving problems facing the nation, while 64% of Democrats believe that President Trump made problems facing the nation worse off than when he started. So this strong political divide in the nation is creating a very hostile environment that cannot last, as we see buildings being burned and as we saw the Capitol being stormed. So in order to decrease the divide across the nation, we as a society need to begin to better understand why we vote and why we think the way we do. So how to understand each other's perspectives through each other's values. In order to better understand why we think the way we do, we need to learn why and how people have shaped the values they hold. We can find out what values people find important by asking how and where these values were developed. How did this person grow up? Were they raised in poverty or wealth? What values have been passed down through parental figures? Is someone religious? And if so, what religion do they affiliate with? Are all important questions in trying to understand someone's political views and their ideology. So, for example, if someone has grown up wealthy, they're more likely to be optimistic, while if someone has grown up in poverty, they're more likely to be pessimistic. These questions are all helpful to understand why a person has developed their values and how they enact those values in political life. The values that we hold are not the only factors that play into the decisions we make and the positions we support, though. Motives also play a big role. How to understand each other's perspectives through each other's motives. So, when trying to understand one ideology, values do play a large role, as I said, but motives play an almost equal role. Similar to values, to become familiar with one's motives, you have to ask questions. Are they going to be monetarily benefited in any way? Will they gain some type of political or social power if they support a certain stance? Is there some sort of greed involved at all? Kind of relates to the last question. And what got this person involved in said issue? Like, how they find out about a problem? Who around them is also supporting these issues and these problems are all very important questions when trying to figure out someone's motives. For example, if someone is a minimum wage worker, they're more likely to support a $15 minimum wage, while someone is a fast food owner and he owns and operates that fast food place that minimum wage worker might be working at, he's obviously not going to want to support that. So, understanding the reason why someone holds the ideology they do, I believe, can be boiled down to what are their motives and what are their values. And while at the end of the day we can try to better grasp one's ideology through their motives and through their values, we can never truly understand their ideology. So with that being said, we have a duty to respect the ideology in order to uphold society. So respect is the bridge to gap the political divide facing our nation now. If we understand why someone thinks the way they do, we can better solve the problems that we divide ourselves on. But we still may not respect those ideas, and in order to solve the problems, there has to be a mutual respect between both parties. Without respect, others' ideas, there's no compromise, as we see in today's world. Because if there's not mutual respect, two parties are not willing to compromise. This is because if respect for the opposing side is absent, They will not make a quote-unquote deal with the opposing side because they'll see that idea or position as idiotic or outlandish. For example, the gun rights debate, as we see going on in our nation today, the right sees the left's idea as outlandish to ban on guns because it is directly written in the Constitution through the Second Amendment that everyone has the right to keep and bear arms. And as Americans and as humans, we are all created equal, as it says in our Constitution. So our opinions deserve to be respected and to be heard. With a strongly divided nation, we as a society have to do better at understanding the ideologies people have by learning their values and their motives. For those values that we cannot come to understand, we have the duty to respect those ideologies and values in order to promote a healthy political and social society. Thank you very much.